Ayo, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream, folks. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. For those that don't know, TTG is the fastest growing, highest rated premium online trading educational platform and community where we all share the same goal. That's to learn, trade, and profit together. Beautiful day today. Nice, solid green day. Coming back here, guys, we traded ACY today. We had the SPY. I've got a new swing trade. We got a lot to uncover and unpack here today. 6 nights a week, we go live for free right here, guys, on this YouTube channel with myself, other TC Pro traders, and special guests drop golden nuggets and free lessons that are going to help you become a better trader. So if you guys are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. Take a moment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to share this stream on your own social media. Let's reach out, empower, and educate as many retail traders as we possibly can. Guys, on all my lives, my goal is to provide you value and education that's going to help you become a better trader. But why should you listen to any of the things I share with you on these lives? I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. All right. I started my career as a trader working for a fund in New York, my very first job out of college, 2007. Then 2008 happened, which was the Great Recession, the housing market crisis, stock market crash. And it was during that time period that I actually went on to receive one of the fund's Trader of the Year awards. But before they ever let me touch literally $1 of their money, I first had to go through an intensive training program. I had access to some of the top trading tools, and I was part of a community of like-minded traders. And that is exactly what the True Trading Group platform is based on. Tonight, we're going to start this live stream off as follows. We're going to kick things off as we always do, and that's what they open for, blanket Q&A session, guys. This is your chance to ask me anything about trading, about the markets, about an individual stock, whatever it is. I'm here to answer your questions, and it's time for us to get to work. All right, we're going to be talking about how to identify momentum, how to tell the difference between a stock that has momentum and a stock that does not. We're going to talk about that. It's a lesson you're going to be able to take with you and use as early as tomorrow. Okay, as early as tomorrow. So let's not waste any more time, guys. Let's kind of just get down right into it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start that Q&A session now. And I want you guys to start typing your questions right in chat now. All right, you got literally a trader with 17 years of experience saying, ask me anything, I'm here. Do not be shy. Do not feel silly. Do not think that you have a stupid question. There is no such thing as a stupid question. So go ahead, guys, right now, start typing your questions right in chat, and then we will go ahead and start that Q&A session. Mike, can you explain what would make you want to swing a stock versus day trade it? What criteria are you looking for? You know, holistic strength, it's really just about the overall setup. Like what is this setup entailing? Is this something that, am I trading a stock that just has momentum on this individual specific day? Or am I trading something that looks like it has a lot more to it? Like, is it a general trend type of trade, or is this just like a quick little, like, is this a quick momentum trade? They're different setups, and the setups are really going to be, it all comes down to the daily chart. And when I look at the daily chart, I will kind of say to myself, do I think that, usually if it's a small cap, I usually just trade that small cap for the day. I usually don't swing trade a small cap. They're usually kind of high momentum based trades that will typically kind of fizzle out over time. Most of my swing trades are larger stocks. They're mid caps, they're large caps, where you can really get nice direction and nice follow through. That's typically what you'll see. Like yesterday, I entered a swing trade on SPY call options. I took profit today, 27% gain. I'm still in a piece of those call options. We talked about those call options yesterday. I bought those call options yesterday, the 444 strike, August 20th expiration. I bought them yesterday. I then averaged down on those options to kind of bring the average of my position down to 225 was my average price of those options. And those options went all the way over $3 today, and we were taking profits off to 270, 285. I've still got some of those options. I'm looking to see if I can get them off tomorrow, like 350, somewhere up in that neighborhood. I'd like to see if we can, maybe the SPY can get to like 446 tomorrow. Is what I'm kind of hoping for. I'm hoping for a little bit of a gap up tomorrow where I can then drop those call options off for a nice solid gain, but already 27% gain on them now. So we're doing pretty well there. But it's like I'll do swing trades like that. I also have a new swing trade I also entered today on a large cap. I'll share that with you later on this live stream. But it's typically, my day trading will typically be done if a stock has a lot of momentum on this particular day, and it's like a setup where once we reach a support or resistance level, I feel that that's going to be the bulk of the momentum. Okay, where let's say if you have a stock that has a lot of resistance at, let's say, I don't know, $30, okay, and the stock is currently trading at 21.22, and I buy that stock 21.22, and there's a couple of resistance levels in the way. Like let's say there's resistance at 25, and there's more resistance at 30, and that's going to be a trade where I'm going to say to myself, okay, I'm breaking out into these different resistance levels, and I feel that once we get, because a stock is not just going to keep breaking through 10 different resistance levels. Eventually, one of those resistance levels are going to pause. One of those resistance levels are going to hold, and the stock is going to pull back away from them. So I will always take profits as the stock reaches these resistance levels. And typically with a swing trade, it's typically going to be a situation where on a daily chart, we are above, or we are through, or we're about to break through a key level that if we are broken, I don't see a lot of resistance. So I think that on a mid cap or a large cap, you can get multiple days of price direction on something like that. So it really comes down to the daily chart and what the overall setup looks like. And it's typically, like I said, my swing trades are typically going to be mid caps and large caps. Like some of my recent swing trades have been the SPY options today, 27%. I've got a new large cap swing trade that I just entered today. I'll tell you guys about that later on the live. You guys remember like my AMC put options, my AMC swing trade was like 285% gain. I mean, like usually my swings are going to be like bigger stocks. Okay. The small caps are the ones that I will typically just jump in and day trade. Both, Steve, doesn't matter. You can play whichever one you want. Play whichever one you want. The reason why traders will tend to trade options is if they don't have the account size to trade the stock. So like I traded NVAX today. Okay. I traded NVAX. NVAX is a very expensive stock. Okay. I bought NVAX at 243. The stock is currently at 247. And that's not $2.43. That's $243. So I bought NVAX today at $243. Stock is currently 247. This is my swing trade that I entered today. I'm long NVAX. I'm looking for the stock to get to 260 in the next couple of days. There's a major resistance level at 247 to 250 that we have to break through. We have not yet broken through that point. But if you don't have the capital to trade shares of an NVAX or shares of Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Tesla, whatever it is, the SPY, that's typically when you go ahead and people will trade the option. So in True Trading Group, what I do is whenever I enter a large cap trade, I have a large account. So like I'm in shares of NVAX. So whenever I enter a large cap trade, I will also, when I alert that trade to people, I'll also alert for them an option that they could buy to go along with my trade idea. So like, just because I bought the stock at $243, there might be members that have small accounts that don't have the capital to buy the stock at $243. So I will always give you an option to follow along with that trade, like a strike price and an expiration date that you can look at. That if I was not buying the stock, if I was buying the option, this would be, the option that I would be looking at. And I always let my members know that. Do you only look for high volume stocks in the AM to put on your watch list? If it's small caps, yeah. If it's small caps, yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way for like mid caps or large caps, but if it's a small cap, yes, it's going to be a high volume stock that is going to be a top gainer. What I'll usually do pre-market is I go through this whole process pre-market to develop my small cap watch list. What I do is first thing I do is I check top gainers on the day. Now those top gainers, there might be 10, 15 or 20 different stocks on the top gainers list, but some of them are going to be really low volume. So like the ones that are on the top gainer list that have really low volume, I'll just kick those off to the side. But then you're going to have there's going to be a handful of stocks that are trading, above average their normal volume on the day, like where the stock maybe on a normal day trades 200,000 shares, it's already traded 2 million pre-market. That's going to be stock that has heavy volume. So that stock will stay. So let's say out of 15 stocks, I might be on my top gainers. Now all of a sudden, instead of 15, maybe 5 of them have really low volume. I kick them to the side. Now we only have 10. After I have it, I figure out, okay, my top gainers and then the ones that have volume. The next thing I do is take a look at what's the reason for this price action. Does this stock have a catalyst? Is there a press release from the company? Is there news within the sector that company operates in that's causing this gap up? What's the reason? The stocks that have a strong fundamental catalyst, they get moved to the top. The stocks that really don't have any catalyst, they get shifted to the side. So now all I'm doing is I'm filtering out that watch list to make it smaller and smaller so I can really narrow down my focus. Because you can't follow 15 stocks all at once. You're never going to trade anything. You'll miss every opportunity that comes. So you've got to be able to narrow your focus, and you've got to focus on the stocks that give you the best chance to profit. That's what we're doing, right? We're narrowing down that watch list. And then last but certainly not least, once I have narrowed down my watch list because of those 3 steps, the last thing we do is we take a look at the daily chart. And I take a look at the daily chart and I say to myself, okay, where's my support? Where's my resistance? Is this a bullish looking chart? Is this a bearish looking chart? Because based on the daily chart, I might say, you know what? I don't really like this stock. Maybe I'm now looking at 6 or 7 different stocks, and I look at the daily chart, maybe two or three of those stocks. The daily chart doesn't look good. There's maybe the stock was at 6, it's gapping up to 8 or 9. There's major resistance at 10. That's going to be a stock that I might just kind of push to the side. Versus on the flip side, you might have a stock that's gapping up to, let's say, $12. $10 was major resistance for the last 3 years. We are now gapping above it. That's going to be one that I'm going to focus on because it's got a better looking daily chart. So I go through that process in the morning. And again, this is for small caps. Setting your watch list for mid caps and large caps are a little bit different. This is how I set my watch list there in the morning when it comes to getting laser focused in on those small caps. Mike, is there a rule of thumb or calculation you do for deciding if a stock doesn't have enough volume for your size? MJ Crespin, really, really, really good question. There's not a calculation for it. It's just like, I just kind of think to myself, how much volume would I take up? Because if I'm entering a trade, my risk tolerance is about like $5,000 per trade. So I'll position size myself, and so that if I get stopped out, I'm losing $5,000. Now that's my risk tolerance. That you don't have to follow that. Obviously, you have your own risk tolerance. If your risk tolerance is $100, you make sure your position size. So if you get stopped out, you lose $100. Your risk tolerance could be $7,000, whatever. It doesn't matter. Your risk tolerance, your risk tolerance. And MJ Crespin, I know you know this, bro. I know you're TGD life. TGD member, but I'm talking like kind of now for other people that are not members. But if I'm sitting there and I said to myself, okay, in order for me to enter this trade and have that type of risk, now granted, sometimes I will take lower risk than that. Instead of risking like 5, maybe I risk like 3,500. So it just depends on the volatility of the stock. It just depends on the volume and if I'm comfortable getting into the trade or not, and feel like I want to make sure that if things go wrong, that I could get out when I want. And if, let's say, for example, a stock in a 3-minute candle has only traded 25,000 shares, 25,000 shares in a 3-minute candle. But let's say, now that might be okay if it's like a $500 stock. But if I'm trading something that, let's say, is like a $12 stock, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I might have to buy 8,000 shares or 10,000 shares in order for me to meet my risk tolerance and get the kind of exposure that I want. I can't do that if the stock's only traded 25,000 shares in a 3-minute candle. I'm going to take up 40% of all of the volume in that candle. I can't do that. That's just very irresponsible for me to do, because I know that now if things go wrong, I'm going to have a really hard time getting out of that position. There's just literally no volume. So for me, there's a lot of times that you'll hear me say in chat where I'm like, hey guys, this is a decent looking chart setup, but the volume is too light for me. And I'm like, I'm not going to take a position on this. I'm not going to take a trade unless the volume gets bigger, unless the volume gets more steady and consistent. But as it stands right now, I cannot get involved in this stock because there's just simply not enough volume. So there's not necessarily like a calculation that I do, MJ. It's just kind of, I just look at it and I say, man, for me to buy this, I'm going to be 10,000 shares. There's only 25,000 in the last 3-minute candle. I can't do that, and that's really just kind of the way that I look at it. There's not necessarily like a specific equation or calculation. When the market is slow, what can an experienced trader look for to make the most of their opportunities during the day? Being diversified, man. Being diversified. There's always opportunity out there. There's always opportunity. You just have to know where to look. Or not know where to look, but you just have to know how to identify it. Like I teach all of my members to be diversified and to not be one-trick ponies. I am an extremely diversified. I'm probably one of the most diversified traders that our TG members have seen, because I can literally go, I'll trade a $3 small cap that's ripping around and halting left and right. Then I'll trade options on the SPY, and then I'll buy NVAX, So I'm literally all over the place. I'll trade anything. I'll trade a small cap, a mid cap, a large cap. I'll trade options. I trade everything. And I'm not saying that when you're first starting out that you should try to trade everything, because you want to kind of walk before you run. But you really want to get to a point where you are diversified, because the more diversified you are, the greater the chance you're going to have of being consistently profitable, because areas of the market slow down. Now, there's always opportunity somewhere. There just may not be opportunity where you're looking. So like, let's say, for example, if all you do is trade small caps, that's all you do is trade small caps, you're going to go through periods where small caps are red hot, tons of follow through, and periods where small caps are complete desert. There's no volume and there's no follow through. You're going to go through that with small caps. Now, if you are able to trade small caps when they're hot, great. But when small caps are not hot, maybe the market is really weak, and maybe there's something going on with interest rates and inflation, or the Fed makes a comment and the market start to crash. You need to be able to take advantage of that and maybe buy some SPY put options. Then maybe AMD breaks through that $100 level and runs to 120. You want to be able to take advantage of that. Or maybe AMC breaks a support level and drops down into the low 30s. You want to be able to take advantage of that. Maybe Virgin Galactic has some kind of news that they got a contract with NASA or whatever, and the stock jumps up 20%. You want to be able to take advantage of that. So it's like you want to be able to execute trades in different areas of the market, because there's always something going on. There just may not be something going on in the one asset class that you look for. So the more diversified that you are, the easier of a time you're going to have being consistent, because there's always something going on. And if you are able to look in these different areas of the market and identify those opportunities, you got a better chance of being consistent. Mike, do you think it's too late to jump on the SPY train? If not, which I think it's definitely too late. I think it's too late. Okay. I think that the markets have now, listen, I think the market's still going to go higher, but that doesn't mean I think it's a good trade at this point for you to enter. And allow me to explain. Because if you enter, let's say, a SPY call option now, let's say tomorrow morning you buy a SPY. Let's say tomorrow morning we gap up to 426 and you buy a SPY call option. The risk reward on that trade, even though I think the markets are going to go a little higher, the risk reward, my opinion, doesn't make sense. The opportunity to buy call options was either yesterday, last week, or early this morning. Now that we've already made this move on the SPY, All right, now that we've already, and I'll pull up my chart just to show you. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. So like the time to have bought calls would have been while we were trading sideways in here. Now you got this extension to new all-time highs. I don't know how far this move is going to push. I don't know how far this move is going to push. I'm already in these calls. I've been in these calls for 2 days already. To buy them now, again, do not confuse this with me telling you, hey, I think the market's going down. I just don't think the risk reward makes sense for you to be holding, for you to enter a trade tomorrow up at all-time highs. So I think I would, even if we go to 447 tomorrow, I just don't think the risk reward is in your favor at that point. Dallas Fed says he would like to start tapering next month. Do you expect to see a dip in the SPY starting next month because this perhaps dip a trade sideways? No, Paulie. Just because the Dallas Fed president says he wants to start tapering, it actually doesn't mean anything because it's not up to him. So he would like to start tapering, but he is also probably the most hawkish of the Fed presidents. Okay, he is the most hawkish of, he thinks that we should stop stimulus. He thinks we should raise interest rates sooner than most other people think. Really, the person you got to pay attention to is Jerome Powell. You got to pay attention to Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell is the kind of the one that matters most. Not to say that other Fed members' opinions don't matter. Of course they matter. I mean, these people vote on these different policies. But he can literally just be one out of two or three out of the entire Fed. I believe there's 12 voting members. I believe there's 12 voting members of the Fed. So just having one person say that we should taper next month does not mean we are going to taper next month. That's why the Jackson Hole meeting at the end of this month is very important, because Jerome Powell is going to give a lengthy speech at this Jackson Hole meeting. And it's going to, and what he says there will dictate what the markets do. If he forecasts that, hey, we are going to start tapering and we might start tapering in October or November, then yeah, you may get a little bit of a dip in the markets. But it's all about the delivery. It's all about how they taper, the speed in which they taper. I think the markets could absorb a slow taper as long as it's done incrementally, and it's not just, hey, we're going to go from 120 billion in purchases down to 60 billion in purchases. If they just cut it right in half like that, that might be something the markets are going to be shell shocked with. But they go from 100 to 75, or they go from 100, 120 to 100, or they go from 120 to 95, and they stay there for 1 or 2 months, and they go from 95 to 75, from 75 to 50, from 50 to 25, and it takes them 8 to 10 years to actually taper the program. I think the markets can absorb that. So it's not just about the taper. It's about how do they taper? When do they start tapering? When do they plan on being finished with the taper? Are they going to finish this taper in 6 months? Is it going to be a year? How long is it going to take? All of that information, the market's going to digest to see, is this something that we think is a problem, or do we just keep going along the trend? Now, I think once they actually do begin to actually taper, I do think the markets get a pullback. I do think the markets will pull back if Jerome Powell says, hey, we're going to start to taper. That I think it does give you the pullback. All right, I think that does give you a pullback. Not a crash, but I think you can get, at least a 5 to 7% pullback in the markets. When that happens, then maybe the markets bounce, go back, test highs, float around for a while, mess around, post-COVID, inflation, then all of a sudden the interest rate hikes come sometime maybe late next year, early 2023, and then that's when I think you get your next big sell-off, and I'll be ready on the sidelines with the boatload of cash to buy that dip. What's your criteria to difference in A-plus setup from the others, and do you change your risk based on what setup is? Sebastian, your questions are phenomenal. You had to have been your high school teacher's favorite student. You had to have been. I wouldn't believe it if you told me otherwise. Sebastian is on every one of these live streams, and every one of these live streams, he asks phenomenal questions. Okay, so the difference between an A plus and a B and a C setup is the following. When it comes to trading, trading is all about probability, right? It's very similar to poker. When it comes to trading, okay, there is no one pattern or indicator or signal that works 100% of the time. It does not exist. Okay, it doesn't exist. Stop looking for it. So all we can do is find the situations that give us the highest probability. Okay, an A plus setup maybe is going to resolve itself with one particular price direction 70 to 75% of the time. A B setup, 60 to 65% of the time. A C setup is a 50-50 coin flip. You want to avoid at all costs 50-50 coin flips. In that case, go to Vegas, put your money on red or black. Now, a chart pattern and a chart setup are not the same thing. A chart pattern is just the candlesticks. That's a chart pattern. Chart pattern is price action, right? A bull flag, a head and shoulders. That's a chart pattern. A chart setup encompasses everything. It's the chart pattern. It's the indicators. It's the volume. It's all the different time frame charts. It's your support levels. It's your resistance levels. It's the news catalyst. It's the market sentiment. It's everything. That's the setup. Okay. I teach all of our members, and if you're not a member of TTG, don't worry. You'll learn all this too when you become a member. I teach all of our members how to use different technical indicators in conjunction with one another to help you identify these setups and to tell the difference between the two. I promise as a member of TTG, you'll learn to understand the difference between an A, B, and C setup. And I'll just give you a couple of examples. An A setup is when there is nothing that I could change to make this setup any better. If I'm looking at this chart setup, everything is exactly the way I want it to be. There's nothing that I could make better. Now, again, the chart setup encompasses everything. So you're going to want to see the chart pattern. You're going to want to see multiple indicators giving you the same signal. You're going to want to see volume profile be correct and ideal. Volume meaning like increases in volume at moments when you want an increase and a decrease in volume at moments when you want a decrease. Again, you'll get to learn. Guys, if anything I'm saying to you right now kind of sounds like over your head, don't worry about it. You'll learn this stuff like the back of your hand when you become a member to Training Group. I promise you guys. Okay, you'll learn that all bull flags are not created equal. You can show me 10 bull flags. Only 3 of them might be an A setup because there's a lot of different things. It's not just the chart pattern. It's not just the chart pattern. So I'll teach you how to understand, okay, based on this setup, you want volume to increase here. You want volume to decrease here. You want it to increase again here. You want 2, 3, 4 different indicators lining up at the same price point to give you a support level. All of those things encompass the setup. So a grade A setup means I wouldn't change anything. The volume is increasing exactly where I want. It's decreasing exactly where I want. The chart pattern is what I want. All the indicators are where I want them to be. A B setup is when you still have a really good setup, but maybe there's like one thing you can change. Maybe the volume, when you wanted an increase in volume, maybe the volume wasn't really that big of an increase. Maybe you're like, you know what? This is a good setup, but I would have liked to have seen heavier volume at that moment. Or maybe there's 2 indicators that are lining up and giving you the same signal. It'd be nice if you had one more. Okay, that's a B setup where it's still a good pattern. It's a good setup, but maybe there's like one thing that you can change to make it better. A C setup is when there are multiple things that you would change. Maybe there's only one indicator giving you a specific signal. Maybe the volume is not what it should be on the increase. Maybe when the volume should be decreasing, the volume is actually increasing instead of decreasing. There's multiple things that you would change. That's a C setup. So I'll teach you guys how to identify those differences, because all trading is, if you know right? Trading is not about being right or wrong. Nobody actually knows what a stock is going to do. And anyone that tells you otherwise is totally full of shit. Call them out on it. Call them out on their own BS, because nobody knows for sure what a stock is going to do. And you want it, I'll prove it to you. You can ask any trader on the face of the earth, literally any trader on the face of the earth. Ask them, would you bet your entire net worth that the SPY goes to 446 tomorrow? There's not a single trader on this planet that would take that bet. I don't care what your net worth is. Your net worth can be 1,000. Your net worth could be 10 million. Would you bet your entire net worth the SPY goes to 446? Not one trader on this planet is going to take that bet. Why? Because not one trader on this planet knows with 100% certainty the SPY is going to go to 446 tomorrow. You may have a lot of traders that think it's going to go to 446, that are confident it's going to go to 446, but they're not confident enough to risk going homeless over that bet. Now, if that's the case, that's proof that nobody truly knows what a stock's going to do, because you can ask any trader on the face of this earth, would you bet your entire net worth that you can correctly answer what is 2 plus 2? Every single trader on this planet Earth would take that bet, because they can all with 100% certainty answer the number is 4. That's the difference. So nobody knows what a stock is really going to do. And if one of them claims to know that what a stock's going to do, call them out on it. They are full of shit. All it is probability. As traders, it is our job to identify and be patient enough to wait for high probability patterns, high probability setups. And we put ourselves on the right side of that probability over and over and over again. It is just like a poker player. A poker player is going to wait patiently for their chance to strike when they know that based on the cards in their hands and the cards on the table, they have a 78% chance of having a winning hand. You're not going to see a poker player that has a 13% chance of winning the hand be very aggressive and go all in. They're going to be patient to wait for those grade A setups, those high probability setups. Okay? So I know it was kind of a long-winded answer, but it was a great question. Never, Bo. Bo says, my girl said I need to take a break and stop staring at charts. How? Never. Question, how are you able to stay focused on one stock at a time? I find it difficult to evaluate multiple stocks. Evaluating the 50 and 200 MA is looking at time limit matter. Well, so I mean, Sasha, if you find it difficult to evaluate multiple stocks, then how are you, like, I don't understand the question. You're saying, how are you able to focus on one stock? That question would make me think that you have a hard time focusing on one stock, but then you say you have a difficult time focusing on multiple stocks. So I don't really understand your question fully, Sasha. But you know, I don't necessarily just focus on one stock. I mean, I've bet, like today, I was in 3 positions all at once. Today, I was in ACY, NVAX, and SPY call options all at the same time. 3 very different trades, you know, 3 very different trades, but I was in all 3 of them at the same time. But I'm a very experienced trader. I'm used to having multiple positions. I don't think that, you know, newbie traders should be in 3 or 4 different positions all at the same time. I think you guys should really focus on just 1 or 2 stocks and really just wait for those opportunities and those window of opportunities to present themselves, and you strike. And if those windows of opportunity don't present themselves, then you just, you know, you wait, you move on, and you'd let your scanner do some work and you see what else other people are trading inside of True Trading Group, and you wait for those grade A opportunities and those grade A setups. You want to be a sniper, not a machine gunner. That's what I teach all my TG fam. Be a sniper, wait for those grade A setups. Do not take a shot at every single thing that moves, right? A machine gunner just fires 100 rounds hoping they hit their target once or twice. A sniper will shoot 1 round hoping they hit their target on that one shot. That is exactly what you want to be as a trader. You don't want to make 30 trades in a single day. That's way too much. That's overkill. You're over trading. Guys, a typical day for me is 3 or 4 trades. A busy day for me is like 5 or 6 trades. And a slow day for me is like 0 or 1 or 2. Okay, so you don't have to make 30 trades in a day in order to be active. You know, sometimes being overactive is a death sentence. Mike, is there a way to anticipate an increase in implied volatility on an option? Yeah, leading up into, different events, like implied volatility on Tesla will go up as you get closer to earnings. Like earnings catalysts, or if there's like some kind of big event, like an Apple product release, or when Tesla had their battery day, maybe when, Virgin Galactic had their launch with Branson, when he went up in that launch, like big events like that, you'll have implied volatility will actually increase leading up to those events. And then immediately after the event, that implied volatility drops. It's called IV crush. Hey, Mike, can you explain what buy, sell side imbalance of the close or opening mean and how that affect the prices that make the stock gap up? Nah, Eliza, don't look too much into that. Don't look too much into that. You'll drive yourself crazy. I wouldn't look too much into that. At the end of the day, you might have an imbalance on a certain amount of shares that need to be bought or sold, based on order flow, order flow and market makers and traders on the floor are kind of behind on orders that they received, and the orders that have been received during the day, and they need to fill these orders. But don't look too much into that. Like, just because there's like a buy imbalance at the end of the day does not mean that like the stock's going to gap up the next day. That is not true. So I would not look too far into that. Okay. All right. I would not look too far into that. All right. All right. Good stuff, guys. Really great job on the Q&A. Really great job on the Q&A. That just about wraps it up. That just about does it there for the Q&A for us. You guys all asked some really great questions. Very nicely done. For those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, if I did not get to your question, don't worry, don't sweat it. I do this 6 nights a week. Make sure you guys click the subscribe button and the notification bell icon to make sure you guys never miss out on any one of these live streams. Speaking of those that are not members, I would actually like to know what we're working with here. So do me a favor, gang. Type the number 1 in chat right now if you're not a member of True Trading Group or this is your very first TTG live stream. Just type the number 1 if this is your first live stream with us or you're not a member. Neil Go. Germzo. Tom Thomas. Ray R. Nam D Plume Network. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, they were really good questions, guys. They were really good questions. All right, guys, good. So those that are typing the number 1 in chat, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, all of you. Real quick, I want to make sure you guys understand that, like I said from before, TGD is the highest rated and fastest growing premium online educational platform for traders. That's all about results. Results matter. That's what we focus on here. We help people reach their goals of becoming consistently profitable traders by combining top-notch education, premium tools from companies like TradingView, Benzinga, Quote Media, Trade Ideas, and more. We are a community, guys, where we all share the same goal, and that's to learn, trade, and profit together. Before I get into the topics of tonight's live stream, let me actually hold on one second, guys. Skip over this. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I was just reading a couple of other messages that were coming through on my end. So for those of you that are not members, before I get into the main topics of the evening tonight, so again, we're going to recap my ACY trade today. Made some really good money on ACY. We'll talk about the SPY call options, 27% gain there, 11% gain on ACY, and I've got a new swing trade that I opened up. And we're going to talk about a lesson today is how to identify a stock has momentum, how to tell the difference that this stock has momentum, this stock does not. Okay? This stock has momentum, this stock does not. How do we tell the difference? That's going to be the topic we're going to discuss on the live. Before I get into that, I want you all to first understand, I want to tell you guys just a little bit about TTG's membership before we move on to the lessons. A one-year membership to True Trading Group, it's normally $2,212, but from now until midnight tonight, you can save 42% and pay only $1,266. And the next 20 people that sign up for a TTG membership will get themselves a brand new free laptop. We do cover the shipping costs, and we do ship globally. This is our back to school end of summer sale. We are giving out this major discount, guys. We've gotten a lot of messages from people that actually asked if we could give them some kind of a break or some kind of a deal on the price, because we're actually seeing that a lot of people are spending a little bit more money this year on back to school. Parents are buying their kids new book bags. They're buying their kids like the new pair of sneakers, new clothes. Like a lot of kids missed out on school last year. So we're starting to see some people are spending a little bit more on back to school. Those parents out there, you probably know what I'm talking about. My nieces, I know, are driving my sister crazy with this one wants a new phone. This one wants new sneakers. This one doesn't like her book bag from last year. It's like, so they're, going a little extra this year for back to school. And I get it. I totally get it. So we're calling this our end of summer back to school sale. So you guys can actually get a 42% discount on it and get a brand new free laptop. Maybe your kid needs a new laptop to do their homework on or to take to school with them. You want to give them this laptop. That's totally fine. You want to use it for your own trading. You can do that too. It's our gift to you for joining the family. It's totally free. We even cover the shipping costs. It's either going to be an Asus, Acer, HP, or Dell laptop. And I want you to think of True Trading Group as the Netflix of trading communities, because you pay one price, you get access to literally every single thing that we have. All right, you're going to get access to our entire 17-course curriculum. Okay, you're going to get our entire 17-course curriculum that is broken down between beginner and foundation courses. There's also advanced courses. There's courses that will teach you how to trade options, swing trading, trader psychology. There's even courses on crypto and how to do your taxes. They're all in text and video format, whichever is easier for you to learn. There are no VIP or pro courses that cost you more money once you sign up. You get access to literally every single course as a member. You also get our Benzinga Pro real-time news feed. That's going to give you live breaking up to the second news alerts directly inside of our chat room to make sure you get news like this. Okay, the speed in which you get news is important as an active trader. You can't get news that's 5-10 minutes delayed. You've got to get news as soon as it crosses the wire, when other professional traders get it and when computers get it. That Benzinga news feed does exactly that for us. It's free with your membership. You also get Quote Media's full book level 2. This is going to show you all the market makers in level 2, not just the ones your broker shows you. You're going to get the full book. You're also going to be able to use TradingView's premium charting software, which is the most commonly used charting software by active traders. That's free with your membership. You also get a simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money while you practice implementing what you've learned in the courses. Please use the sim, guys. That's your chance to practice before you start risking hard-earned cash. And then our Trade Ideas scanner, which is the industry standard. It's the best scanner in the industry, guys. It's going to show you stocks making new highs, new lows, stocks that have a surge in volume. It's broken down and segmented also between small cap, mid cap, and large cap, whatever it is that you trade. So you are always going to make sure, based on using that scanner, that you're always focused on the stocks that are going to give you the best chance to profit. Always make sure you're trading the hottest stocks in the day where the most action and opportunity is. Then you get access to our chat room, where The moderators and I are live on the microphone, sharing our screen with you during the day, calling out all of our trades, identifying opportunities, answering private messages. You can send us questions during the day, and I'm on the microphone live, calling out my trades in advance. Okay? Every single one of my trades, I come on the microphone and I tell everybody the stock I'm about to buy, the price I'm going to buy it, where's my stop loss, where's my take profit. Like, I'll come on the microphone and go, guys, I'm looking at ABCD, looking, their support at $10. I'm looking for a pullback. I'm going to be a buyer around $10.25. My stop loss will be around $9.50. I'm looking to take profits at $11.25, $11.75, and $12.75. I'll say that exact same thing on the microphone before I actually enter the trade. And then when my trade actually executes, you get a notification inside of chat. An alert pops up that lets you know that I've just entered my trade, what's the price I entered, and then where is the stop loss on that position. True or false, my TeachD fam, you guys can type in chat right now. Do me a favor, type true or false if that is how it goes down. If that lets everyone know that I do call out my trades in advance on the microphone in real time, so you guys can follow along with what it is that we are doing. And I'm also in chat with you guys, and so are the other moderators. There are 7 other moderators inside of True Trading Group that each have their own trading style and their own trading strategy. So we do day trading, we do swing trading, we do small caps, mid caps, large caps, options, high volatility, low volatility. We literally trade it all between me and the other moderators. We are in chat with you all day. We're not gone after 2 hours. You don't have to fend for yourself. We're in there pre-market all the way till after hours. All right. We are also currently sporting well over an 80% win rate, which means over 80% of the time that a moderator or myself calls out a trade alert, it is a profitable one. We upload all of our trading activity to a journal on our website that literally tracks every buy and every sell that all of our moderators make. So you can follow along and see if you were following the alerts, how you'd be performing on following those trades. We also do live workshops covering a variety of different trading topics. We do one-on-ones with our lifetime members. We do small private study groups. This is your chance to get individualized attention and get help on lessons and topics that you're struggling with. We also do a lot of giveaways with our members. We actually, every time we get 300 new members, okay, every time we get 300 new members, we give away a brand new Tesla or $30,000 cash to one lucky TeachD member. All you need to do is be a member of True Trading Group to qualify for that giveaway. That's it. It's our gift to you for just being part of the family. We love doing this stuff. We love giving back to our members. It's a lot of fun. It's something that I really enjoy. So the next 20 people that join True Trading Group, you can use the coupon code TTG121. Not only will you get that 42% discount, you will get also the brand new free laptop. We got 20 laptops for tonight. Okay, we got 20 laptops for tonight. So you guys can use coupon code TTG121. You actually have to enter the coupon code TTG121 and click apply code to get that discount. Okay, you actually have to enter the code and click apply code. You'll know you're getting one of the laptops because in your checkout cart, you'll see the laptop. If you see a laptop in your checkout, that means you have secured one of the 20 laptops. If you don't see a laptop, that means we've sold out. Okay. Folks, I also offer a money-back guarantee. I'm so confident in TTG. I stand behind the program and the education, the community that we've created, that if you put in a little bit of work, I think this can really work for you. Because at the end of the day, results matter. Results matter. And according to a survey that we conducted, over 80% of our members are successful, meaning they're making money and becoming better traders. And if you do not believe me, I want you to watch this. Guys, my TTG fam, if you are a member of TTG, if you are making money and becoming a better trader, I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now. Type the number 1 in chat right now if you're making money and becoming a better trader. Go ahead right now, guys. Type that number 1 in chat. All right. So, guys, listen, you guys just pay attention to how many number 1s are going to come through the screen right here. These are TTG members that are making money and becoming better traders because of the education they're receiving and the guidance and mentorship they're receiving at True Trading Group. If they can do it, folks, so can you. They found True Trading Group the same way you did, and that's a live stream. Look at all these number 1s that are coming through chat. Like I said, over 80% of our members are successful. That's according to a recent survey we conducted the first week of July with all of our members. It's for that reason that I say results matter. It's for that reason that I'm confident enough to offer you a money-back guarantee. So here's the deal. If you commit to me, I'll commit to you. Go through all the courses, pass the quizzes at the end of the courses, and attend one private study group. That's it. Do those 3 things. If you do those 3 things and you still do not make your membership fee back, which tonight is $1,266, if you don't make that money back at least once during your membership, I will give you a full refund. I'm not kidding. I will give you all of your money back. Of our last 4,500 members, you heard me correctly, out of our last 4,500 members. Now, TTG, we have well over 7,000 members in the TTG family right now. But out of the last 4,500 people to join, we have only refunded 100 people. That is a percentage of 2.2%. 2.2% of the last 4,500 people to join our program have gotten a refund. Results matter. Results matter. Edgar, welcome to the TTG family. Edgar, welcome to the TTG family. Everyone, welcome Edgar. Okay. Welcome Edgar to the TTG family. We now only have 19 laptops left. Okay. We only have 19 laptops left. All right, everyone, welcome Edgar. All right, guys, just use coupon code TTG121 to get yourself a brand new laptop. We only have 19 of them left. All right. So there we have it, folks. All right, welcome Edgar. All right. Now, everything I'm saying to you, it's all on the website. So you'll know you're getting exactly what I'm saying. So again, use coupon code TTG121. You'll get the 42% discount for the back to school end of summer sale. You'll get a brand new free laptop. It's totally free. We even cover the shipping costs, and we do ship globally. We literally have members all over the world. We have members in the Netherlands. We have members in Japan, the Philippines, Australia, the UK, Spain, Italy, Brazil, Mexico, Canada. We have members from all over the world. Okay, so we will ship that laptop anywhere in the world for you. All right. As long as DHL goes there, you're in good shape. All right, you're in good shape. All right. Okay, guys, what I would like to do here now is I would like to change up the pace a little bit, and I would like to move on, and I would like to start to get into kind of my trades of the day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start things off first. I'm going to start things off with my swing trade. So I'll tell you guys first about the new swing trade that I entered. All right. I'll tell you guys first about a new swing trade that I entered. All right. And that's going to be NVAX. So what I'll do here real quick is I will pull up my screen. So I'm going to tell you guys about the new swing trade. And then what I'll do is tell you about the main lesson of the night, which is how to tell a stock has momentum. Okay, guys, so here we go. NVAX, all right, my new swing trade, NVAX. Let's go to a daily chart. Now, first thing that I want you to see is what I'm seeing is a potential reverse head and shoulders pattern. Okay, a reverse head and shoulders pattern. There's your left shoulder, there's your head, there's your right shoulder, and there's your neckline. Okay, so potential reverse head and shoulders pattern, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. I'm looking for a break out of this neckline, and I'm looking for a climb up into the high 200s. Okay. I'm looking for a climb up into the high 200s. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this overall reverse head and shoulders pattern. And now let's zoom in and get a little closer because there's something very specific here that I want to show you all. Okay. As I'm looking at NVAX, everyone sees, okay, the resistance level that I'm about to point out to you. Now, NVAX started to make a rally. NVAX came out with news right here. that they had secured, I forgot, it's like 20 million or 200 million. I think it was 200 million vaccine doses for Europe. Okay. I think it was about 200 million doses for Europe, and the stock gapped up. You had this huge volume bar, and the stock started to push. Then 2 days later, the company came out with earnings, and they had this massive drop. Just a massive drop. Look at that's a huge gap down. And immediately following that gap down on earnings, what did the stock do? It ran right back up to this resistance level. Okay, it ran right back up to this resistance level. Now, this is where things get interesting. I'm going to break down. I'm going to go to a 15-minute chart now. This is where things get interesting. Here's your first attempt at that area when you had that huge gap down. That was the earnings gap down. Then you see the stock immediately rallied all the way back up just 2 days later to test that resistance level again. Then the stock pulled back, showing you that resistance is, in fact, still there. What happened the very next day? The very next day, the stock ran right back up to what? Test that resistance level again. The stock then sold off, showing you that that resistance level is, in fact, still intact. Then what happened today? We ran right back up to retest that resistance level yet again. I'm going to go to a 5-minute chart, actually, so you can see this in a little bit more detail. Okay, so here you guys have it. All right, so again, resistance, big gap down. We rallied back to test that resistance, pullback. Resistance is still there, selling pressure. The very next day, we go right back up to test that level, sell off again, resistance level is still there. What happens the very next day? Right back up to that resistance level, and then what happens? A sell-off, that resistance level is still there, and then today we go right back up to retest that resistance level. Then what happens? Another pullback, proving that resistance level is still there. And then what? We go right back up to retest that resistance level yet again. The fact that every time we keep testing this resistance level and failing, the fact that the stock immediately goes right back up into that level is telling me that buyers are not scared of this resistance level. That's what this is telling me. This is telling me that buyers are not afraid of this resistance level. Everyone sees this resistance. Everyone sees this resistance. So then why, if everyone sees that resistance level, why would people, let me just delete everything here. If everyone sees this level, right? If everyone sees this, then why would the stock do that? Why would it do that after you keep getting these pullbacks away from it? That tells me buyers are not scared of that level. And I think that tomorrow, I think we're going to break through this level, and I think NVAX is going to run up to the high 250s, maybe even 260. So I'm looking at NVAX to the high 250s, maybe even 260 tomorrow. I am long NVAX from $243, okay? From 200 and change. Let me see. 200 was, I think it was 243.81 or something like that, I believe was my fill. It's like 243 and change. I mean, I don't even remember, and my light speed is actually closed right now. I'd have to open it back up and boot it to give you the exact entry price, but it's 243 and change, okay, is where I'm long from, and I'm looking for a move up into the high 250s, maybe even 260 tomorrow. All right, now let me just go back to the daily chart. There's that resistance level. So here we are. I'm looking, if we break through this level, I'm looking for us to go and test that mark right there. That mark right there, folks, is 260. Okay, that's why I'm saying tomorrow, if we can break through this level, I'm looking for NVAX to get to 260. And if we get over 260, then, folks, you're looking at a shot that takes you at least up to like 290. And I do think NVAX has that type of potential. I do think it has that type of potential. Now, granted, barring any type of like news or anything like that regarding their vaccine or regarding their trials, obviously that could make the stock gap up, gap down, depending on what that news is. That's something that's completely out of our control. But if we're just left to trade off the technicals, I think that NVAX has a chance to get over this level tomorrow and then push up towards 260. And then I'm going to start taking profits off the tables. This is a new swing trade that I'm in. I alerted a call option to coincide with that. You guys could be looking at the 245 strike, August 27th expiration call option. At the time that I entered this trade, that option was at around $19, I believe, $19 or $20, I think was the option. The option has a very big spread. It's not a very high liquidity or a highly traded or actively traded option. But when I bought the stock at 243 and change, I did tell members that they want to follow along with that option, they can. And that's what we're going to be looking for tomorrow. Break of that 250 area and see if we can get up to 260. Okay, there's a new swing trade, guys. NVAX. David, welcome, David. Everybody, welcome David to the TTG family. Everyone, welcome David. Okay, we are now only down to 18 laptops, folks. We only have 18 laptops left. Okay, we only have 18 laptops left. So use coupon code TTG121 to get yourself a brand new laptop and a 42% discount. Now, we're going to move on, guys. Now we will talk about, I'll just briefly touch on the SPY. I sold the bulk of this position already, guys. So the SPY today, new all-time high is 445.27 is your new all-time high. I took the bulk of my position off the table here. 270 and 285 on those contracts. My average after two entries, I bought some at 249. I bought more at 202. That was yesterday. Today, I sold them 270, 285. Took some profits off the table. I'm still holding on to a piece. I'd like to see the SPY over 446 tomorrow. If we get over 446 tomorrow, I will take my final profit off the table. I'll be looking for those options to be well over $3 tomorrow if we can get over 446. If we get over 446, that should put us up at the 350 mark, and that would be a really beautiful trade from an average of 225. So I still do have a piece of those SPY call options. If you guys follow my live stream, I told you about those call options yesterday, and they worked out pretty nicely today, and I'm still long some of them, okay? I'm long a small piece. I'm long less than 25% of my original position. So I'm probably holding about 20% of this position at this time. Okay. Now let's move on to ACY. All right. Let's move on to ACY, and we will talk about how to identify when a stock has momentum. That's the lesson that we're going to cover here today. How to identify that a stock has momentum has everything to do with volume. Okay, volume is the key, most important thing when it comes to momentum. All right. So what I want you to focus on here is when you have a stock that has a huge day. Okay, now I'm showing you ACY yesterday because yesterday ACY on the daily chart had a huge day. Stock went from $17 all the way to $33 and had massive, massive volume. That is a momentum day, right? That's a momentum day. So how do we know the stock still has momentum? Allow me to explain. Now I'm going to go to the 3-minute chart. After a stock has a huge momentum day, that was yesterday. That was the day I just showed you on the daily chart, right? After a stock has a huge momentum day, what you want to look for is right off the open the next day. Again, this is how we tell a stock still has momentum. Right off the open the second day, you want to see that stock start to push higher with volume that is equal or heavier than the volume that had occurred at any time during the day yesterday. Yesterday has already happened. So it's very easy for us to look at yesterday and say, wow, what a big move the stock made. That stock had momentum yesterday. What we don't know yet is, does the stock have momentum today? Does it have momentum right now? That's what we're trying to figure out. And the way for us to do that is to look for a push higher right off the open with volume that is heavier or equal to the volume that had come in during yesterday's momentum move. That is a sign that the stock still has momentum from the day before. And that is exactly what we started to see happen with ACY. Right off the open, I'm going to delete this box that I just showed you, this box right here. That's yesterday's trading action. So let's just delete that so we can make this easier for you to see. As we zoom in, you'll see right off the open, ACY pushed higher and actually halted. That little dash right there, that dash right there is a trading halt. Okay, see that dash right there that I just circled? That's a trading halt. Okay, so right off the open, we push higher and then halt. Then all of a sudden, the stock opens out of this halt, starts to find support at the trade line. This blue, this like baby blue teal line on my screen. That's the 9 exponential moving average. That's my trade line. But what really captures my attention is how the volume is steadily increasing. Okay? Look at the volume on these little pullbacks. Look at the volume on the push on the push higher. Literally, look at it. You guys see this? Look at the difference in the sell volume versus the buy volume. Stock has a pullback, lower volume. Stock pushes higher to a new high of the day, increasing volume. Stock has a pullback to the trade line, decreasing volume. Stock pushes higher to a new high of the day, increase in volume. Stock has a little micro pullback, decrease in volume. Stock pushes again to a new high, increase in volume. So you see how the stock is actually increasing in volume as it continues to push higher. That in itself is a sign of momentum. Okay, that in itself is a sign of momentum. But now when you look at compared to yesterday and we zoom back and you look at the volume from yesterday, you will see that these volume bars as we're pushing higher are either equal or greater than the volume that the stock had traded yesterday. Now, in this case, these are about equal to. These are about equal to. Okay? See, they're about equal to the volume, the volume that stock had during the day yesterday. And yesterday, we know, was a momentum day for it. So that type of volume is what you want to look for following a momentum day for you to figure out that this stock has momentum itself. All right? So two different volume lessons right here on this ACY trade, and they both have to do with gauging momentum on a stock. Decreasing volume on those red candle pullbacks, increasing volume on those green candle pushes to new highs. And each one of these pushes was a new high of the day. That's a new high of the day. That's a new high of the day. And that's a new high of the day. And with each consecutive new high, the volume got bigger and bigger and bigger. That in itself is also a sign of momentum. Even disregarding yesterday's trading action. That in itself shows you momentum. Then you add on top that yesterday was a huge momentum day, and the volume that's occurring off this morning push is equal to or greater than the volume that occurred at any point during the day yesterday. And that's what tells me, man, this stock still has momentum. I stepped in here long at $30.83, right there. $30.83. Right there was my entry. Okay, $30.83. Then right away, we push up to new highs. We go right up to $33. I take 25% of my position off the table at $32.44. So a little bit lower right there. $32.44. 25% of the position comes off the table. Then the stock begins its pullback. All right, we found resistance right at yesterday's high. Well, that makes sense, right? That's yesterday's high of the day. That was your big momentum day, and the stock sold off heavily away from that level. So now we get back to that level. It's now still resistance, and now the stock starts to experience its pullback. Now, we don't panic during this pullback. We stick to our stop loss. The initial stop loss on this trade when we entered it was right around 28.40, which is like just below this previous halt price. So this previous halt price was 44, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 28.41. 28.41 was that halt price. 28.41 is that halt price. You also have a little pivot resistance level from yesterday, and that becomes my stop loss. Now, what'll typically happen is inexperienced traders will tend to bail on these trades. Somewhere in here, inexperienced traders will tend to exit those trades. They exit those trades because they can't deal with the stock while it's going down. You guys have to learn and understand how to stick to your stop losses, how to stick to your levels, how to follow your game plan, and do not try to deviate away from something and say, this doesn't look good, this doesn't look good, just because the stock is going down. Okay? So we stay in that trade, and then boom, all of a sudden the stock absolutely rips face off. Absolutely rips face off, and then we just start ripping more profit off the table as this stock continues to extend. 34.23, bulk of the position comes off the table right there at 34.23. So then 50% of my position comes off the table there. I am then holding 25%. Okay. I'm now holding 25% of my position just to see if we continue and got some follow through, which I really thought we were going to. You know, we had this huge volume come in on that break. I really, really thought that this thing was going to continue. I really thought we were going to continue, but it ran out of steam. And once we broke down here below 32, I got flat. My final take profit at 31.33. Okay, right there, 31.33. So there's my entry. 25% of my position, 50% of my position, 25% of my position. But again, it all goes down to the volume that we saw there in the morning. Because if it wasn't for that volume in the morning, there's no way that I even think to myself to get into this trade because I would not have known the stock had momentum. But it's the volume compared to yesterday's volume. It's the volume on the break to the new high versus the volume on the pullback that gave me the signal that this stock does in fact have momentum, which means this is a stock I can now look to buy on a pullback. That's exactly what I did. I stuck to my stop loss during this pullback, and then you got this massive explosion to new highs. It was a great trade. Now, was it a monster grand slam home run? No, I didn't get the follow through, right? I didn't get that massive follow through, but I did get the breakout. And when you get the breakout, that's when you guys really get paid. Bulk of the position off the table there was an absolute thing of beauty. It was an absolute thing of beauty, and it all goes back to, again, the volume. The volume, the volume, the volume, the volume, the volume. Guys, I can't tell you how important volume is, man. I really can't. You know, here, I'll try to tell you how important it is. If somebody said to me, Mike, you can trade tomorrow, but you are only allowed to trade with one indicator, what would it be? My answer would be volume. My answer would be volume, because volume, in my opinion, more so than any other indicator, can give you a good gauge on whether a stock has momentum or not. And that is why volume analysis is such a key component to trading. And that's why volume analysis is such a major factor in identifying an A setup versus a B setup versus a C setup. Remember what I told you earlier on the live stream. There are setups, there are moments during a setup when you want to see volume increase. There's moments during a setup you want to see volume decrease. There are moments in these patterns and setups that you want to see that. That is what helps me identify an A, B, or C setup. That is what helps me to identify whether a stock has momentum or not. Okay? Guys, listen, don't get flustered or frustrated if some of the stuff that I'm talking to you about right now, if it seems kind of like over your head and you're like, man, what the hell is this guy talking about? Believe me, you'll get to learn how to identify all of these things, and you'll get to understand everything that we're talking about. It's all covered in the courses. We talk about this each and every day. And just like I'm talking to you live right now, and I'm drawing on the chart, I do this during the day. So like I literally go in here during the day, and I'm talking to people on the microphone. Like I'm literally, oops, I didn't mean to just do that. So I'm literally on the microphone like this. Like let's say this is what the stock looks like. I'm literally on the microphone. I'm like, guys, check this out. Guys, check this out. I'm looking at ACY. We got support here at the trade line. Look at this volume, heavier volume on the new high, lower volume on the pullbacks. Guys, I like this volume. This volume is increasing. It's about equal to the volume we had yesterday. Yesterday was a big momentum day for ACY, guys. Watch for this trade line to continue to work its way higher. I'm starting to like what I see here. Okay, guys. Oh, guys, look at this. Great extension. New high of the day here, guys. Increasing volume. Heaviest volume of the day on that breakout, guys. Looks like we're going to make a push here. Watch for a pullback away from yesterday's high for an entry point. I'm going to look to get long. I'm going to set my stop loss right around 28.40, that previous halt price. All right, guys, I'm looking for a pullback towards 30 to try to get long ACY. Boom. Bang. Okay, guys, boom, filled. I just got filled. $30.83. I'm long ACY, stop loss 28. Literally, that is exactly what goes on during damn, I just realized I wasn't sharing my screen with you. I was like showing you on my screen like as I was going through, and I just realized I wasn't showing you my screen. Damn it. Joke's on me. That's exactly how it goes down in chat during the day. True or false? My TC fam, is that not exactly how it goes down in chat? I'm on the microphone live talking to you through the entire trade. I'm telling you what I'm looking at. I'm giving you my analysis in real time, and I tell you where I'm about to buy the stock before I actually buy it. So you know exactly what I'm going to do before I even do it. Exactly what I'm going to do. Literally. You know exactly what I'm going to do before I actually do it. And not only is that important for you if you want to follow my trades, but it's important for you to learn from my trades. I don't want you to just blindly do what I do. I want you to understand why I do what I do. My goal at TTG is for you to actually learn how to do this on your own. My goal is for you to be able to identify trade setups on your own. That's my goal. I want to teach you how to fish. I want you to learn to become independent, because then the sky is truly the limit for you. If all you do is rely on me for you to make money in the markets, then you work for me. What happens, God forbid, something happens to me 2 years from now? You're going to stop making money in the market? You're going to stop earning an extra income for your family? You're just going to stop? No. My goal is to teach you how to fish, for you to become self-sufficient, for you to become consistently profitable on your own. Yes, of course, follow my trades, follow the other moderators' trades, but I also want you to have the ability to find trades for yourself. And that is exactly what we do in True Trading Group. That's why we place such an emphasis on education. And I actually want to show you something. Guys, do me a favor, my TTG family members, I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now if you are making money trading your own trade ideas. If you are making money trading your own trade ideas, I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now. Sound off, guys. Type the number 1 if you're making money on your own trade ideas. Now, if you're not a member of True Trading Group, I want you to pay very close attention to how many number 1s are about to come through on this side of the screen right now, because these are TTG members that are now self-sufficient, that are now educated enough, that are confident enough to identify their own trade setups and capitalize on them. And that is a beautiful thing. That is my goal. It should be your goal. Your goal should not just be, Mike, tell me what to buy. I don't give a shit about anything else. Just tell me what to buy. No, your goal should be, Mike, why did you buy that stock? Why did you think it was going to go to that price? Why did you put your stop loss here instead of here? That's what you should be asking me, because that's how you actually learn. Guys, if you're looking to cut corners, you're looking for shortcuts, listen, believe me, there's plenty of other services out there that would gladly take your money and teach you nothing. Gladly. If you're lazy, if you just want to be told what to do, TTG is not for you. Honestly, I don't want you to join True Trading Group if that's the type of trader that you are. You know, we have over 7,000 members that bust their ass each and every single day to become the best traders that they possibly can. I put about 15 hours a day, literally, no joke, not exaggerating. I put about 15 hours a day towards my TTG family to better this program, better this platform for them, and to help as many of my members achieve their goals of financial freedom and consistent profitability as I possibly can. And right now we're doing a pretty damn good job because over 80% of our members are becoming better traders and are making money, according to a recent survey we conducted the first week of July. So if I'm going to give you that much of my time and energy, you better give me that back. You better give me that back. And if you're not going to, that's fine. TTG is not the place for you. Okay, please, I'm being serious. Don't sign up if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, if you're looking to just, okay, Mike, I really don't give a damn about your courses. I'm not going to go through them. Just tell me what to buy and tell me when to sell. If that's all you're looking for, TTG is not for you. There's many other services out there that would gladly take your money and teach you literally nothing. And then when you complain to them that you're not making money, their response to you is going to be, oh, well, that's because you didn't pay for our special VIP Pro program. And they're going to upsell you on some higher package. It's bullshit. My goal with True Trading Group is to disrupt this entire industry, and I want to change the way and the access that people have to an education when it comes to trading the markets. Because I was lucky and fortunate enough to get my very first job, which was working at a fund in New York where I was taught by other professional traders. So I was very lucky. I was very fortunate. But it should not be that's the only way for you to get an education. It shouldn't be that way. So I want people that are willing to actually work towards learning this goal. If you're willing to work towards it, I will be willing to stand there and work with you every step of the way, which is why if you put in a little bit of effort, I offer you guys a money back guarantee. I'm dead serious. If you commit to me, I'm going to commit to you. Go through all of my courses. If you pass all of the quizzes at the end of the courses, and you have to get an 85 or higher. If you score an 85 or higher on the quizzes, that's pass. Or you get a badge for that course, okay? If you get a badge for every course, you then become TTG certified, okay? You get a green check mark next to your name in chat, lets other members know that you're certified. Your opinion now carries more weight because they know you've completed and passed the entire curriculum. And you also get a certificate. You can print it out, put it up on your wall, put it on your desk, whatever. You can share it on social media in a digital version. It's really cool, okay? But guys, that's what it's about. It's about actually getting an education. So if you commit to me, I'm going to commit to you. If you do those things, go through the courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one private study group. All right, we do study groups every week. A different moderator is in there. They cover different topics, lessons, they answer questions. It's your time to get like one-on-one, like your time to get individualized attention and help. So if you do those three things, and I'm telling you now, if you don't make back your membership, which is $1,266, you don't make that back at least once during your membership, I'll give you all your money back. Give you a full refund. I'm not kidding. Okay? So just use coupon code TTG121. You'll get the 42% discount. You get the money back guarantee, and you get yourself the brand new free laptop. What I would like to do now, we're kind of finished with the lessons of the day. What I would like to do now is actually, for those that are interested, I'd like to show you the TTG platform so you can see exactly what you're getting access to when you join. Okay. Before I do, I'd like to see who here is with us that is not a member of True Trading Group. If you're not a member, type the letters TTG in chat right now. Daniel Golzar. Balad, Sebastian, RG, Deonta Hopkins, Linda DeFonte, Marco, Eric Miller, Valo TXS, All right, Tony B, Andrew Young. Good, guys. All right, a lot of people typing TGG in chat right now. A lot of people typing TGG in chat. Guys, okay, listen up. So those that just typed TGG, like I told you before, the membership, it's normally $2,212, but with our end of summer back to school sale, you can save 42% on your membership. It brings the price all the way down to just $1,266. And the next 18 people to use coupon code TTG121 will get a brand new free laptop. We even cover the shipping costs. Think of TGG as the Netflix of trading communities, folks, because you pay one price for the year. You get access to every single thing we have. You get access to the top premium trading tools and products because you bundle them together as part of your membership. Included with your membership is Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed. This is a live breaking up to the second news alert service directly inside of our chat room. This is going to show you guys news as soon as it crosses the wire. I can't tell you how much money we have made and saved because of this live news feed and getting news as soon as it crosses the wire. You cannot be an active trader and rely on a news service that is delayed. You need real-time news because other professional traders, the rest of Wall Street, and computers, they get the news as soon as it hits the wire. You need to also to be ahead of the game, and this allows us to do exactly that. It's free with your membership. You also get Quote Streams Full Book Level 2, which is going to show you all the market makers inside of Level 2, not just the ones your broker shows you. That's going to come with a trade simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, so you can practice implementing what you have learned in the courses. Guys, please use it. Please use the simulator. It is literally there to help you. You know, most traders lose money when they first start because they don't know what they're doing and they make mistakes. Trade on the simulator, prove you can make money before you start risking your hard-earned cash. It's free for you to use. You're also getting our Trade Ideas scanner. This is going to help you make sure you're focused on the hottest stocks during the day. It's going to make sure that you're always trading the stocks that give you the best chance to profit. It's going to show you what stocks are making new highs, new lows, that have an unusual volume surge. The scanner is broken down into small caps, mid caps, and large caps, whichever you trade. Always make sure that you're focused on the best stocks during the day. Then you're going to get TradingView's premium charting software, which is the most commonly used charting software by active traders today. All this is free, guys. You don't pay extra for any of it. You don't pay extra for any of it. You're going to get at least also a minimum of 10 easy-to-follow, actionable, real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders currently sporting well over an 80% win rate, which means over 80% of the time that a moderator calls out a trade, it is a profitable one. Okay? All of our moderators are required to load their trading activity for the day into this trading journal. It tracks literally every buy and every sell that they make. You're also going to get one small private study group, guys. This is going to be your chance to get that individualized attention with a TGD mod, to ask questions, go over lessons and topics that you are struggling with, and really help speed up that learning curve. Then you've got the curriculum. Okay? The curriculum is a simplified version of the education I received working at the fund. It is a 17-course curriculum that is in video and text format, whichever is easier for you to learn. It is broken down between beginner and foundation courses and advanced courses. There are also courses that will teach you about options, swing trading, crypto, trader psychology. There's even a course that teaches you how to do your taxes. These are all of our courses. There are no special VIP pro courses that will cost you more money. Okay? When you join TTG with coupon code TTG121, you pay $1,266 and you get a free laptop. You get all of our courses. You don't have to pay extra for any special courses, none of that stuff. Then in addition to the courses, you have access to our video library. Our video library contains well over 100 hours of additional educational video content. These are different workshops and webinars that we've conducted with our members, like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO and have confidence pulling the trigger, just to name a few. All of this is included with your membership, guys. And then, of course, you have access to the chat room where the moderators and I share our screen with you. We are live on the microphone, calling out our trades, answering questions, answering DMs during the day. and sending out all of our trade alerts with you guys in real time. All right. All of this stuff is included, guys. All of this is included. Now listen up, because the price is going to be walked up by a couple of bucks every day until we go up over $2,000, which is actually still the value that you're getting at $1,266 is actually insane. And let me put things into perspective a little bit. Let's say you don't want to join TTG, but you really like the idea of that Benzinga newsfeed. That Benzinga newsfeed would cost you $1,400 a year if you paid for it through Benzinga yourself. Just go to Benzinga tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Just go to Benzinga tomorrow and say you want to join. You want their news feed with their Squawk Box feature. They're going to charge you $1,400 for the year. You can get that news feature free with TTG and just pay $12.66 to join TTG and get access to every single other thing that we have. That the quote media's full book level 2 is $990 a year. The trade simulator is $300, and TradingView's premium charting software is $600 a year. Guys, that's $3,200 a year that those things would cost you if you paid for them on your own. They are all free with TTG. You actually have to enter the coupon code TTG121 on the checkout page. Okay, you have to enter that code and then click apply code in order to get the 42% discount. It is not going to discount it automatically. Okay, you have to enter that code and click apply code. Our goal is to disrupt this entire industry, folks. In order to do that, we got to provide insane value and results at a price that is substantially less than any of our so-called competitors. And you guys have that money back guarantee. Anyone that commits to me, I'm going to commit to you. I am so confident in the program, the education that we've created at True Trading Group, because like I said, over 80% of our members are successful. That's according to a recent survey we conducted the first week of July. If you go through all my courses, if you pass all the quizzes, and if you attend one private study group and still don't make your membership fee back, which is $1,266, if you don't make that back within your membership at least once, I'll give you all your money back. I'll give you a full refund. What do you have to lose? Think about that. Weigh this risk reward, right? Trading is about risk reward. Weigh this risk reward. Risk. You join True Trading Group. You get a free laptop. You don't make your membership fee back. I give it back to you. You still got a free laptop, right? That's your risk. What's your reward? You join True Trading Group. You get a free laptop. You become a consistently profitable trader. You reach financial goals you never thought were possible, and you got a free laptop. Weigh that risk reward. What I'm literally sitting here telling you that I will give you your money back if you don't make your fee back at least once, but you have to give me an effort. You've got to commit a little bit. You got to say, you know what, Mike, I'm ready to do this. I'll go through the courses, I'll pass the quizzes, and I'll attend one of these study groups throughout the year. You can literally, there's no rush. You don't have to do it within 30 days. Take your time. You have the whole year to go through the courses, take the quizzes, attend a study group, whatever. Listen, we've had members finish the courses in two days. I've had members finish it in 2 weeks. I've had members finish it in 2 months. You go at your own pace. You do it when you want. The market's not going anywhere. You don't have to be in a rush. The stock market's not going anywhere. Believe me, it'll be there tomorrow. It'll be there next week, next month. It'll be there. So you take your time. Osvaldo, welcome to the TGD family. Osvaldo, welcome to the TGD family, folks. We only have 17 laptops left now. Osvaldo, the newest member to the TGD family. Use coupon code TTG121. You'll get a brand new free laptop and a 42% discount. Guys, I'm telling you, that price of that membership, take advantage of that coupon code now. Use this back to school end of summer sale because we're walking the price of this membership up. It's going to be up over $2K before you know it. So take advantage now. You guys can get it now for just $12.66. Guys, that comes out to literally, it's less than $3.50 a day. It's less than a cup of coffee a day. Literally, I spend $4.50 at Starbucks for my venti sweet cream cold brew. This is less than a cup of coffee a day. It's $3.50 a day. It's just over $100 a month. But let's talk about that membership fee for a second, because I said, if you don't make it back, I'm giving it back to you if you do those 3 things, right? I already told you that. But let's actually see how my members are doing for a second when it comes to that membership fee. Guys, my teaching members, if you are a member of True Training Group, if you are a member, how long did it take you to make back your membership fee? All right. TTG Sunshine, 3 weeks. Christy, 2 weeks. Willard, 3 weeks. Tanya, 3 months. November Ball, 2 months. 2 weeks for Micah's to make back his lifetime membership. Christy goes 2 long weeks. Humble Pie, 3 weeks. I love your username, Humble Pie. It took Lone Wolf 5 minutes to make back his membership fee. It took him 5 minutes. Angel Rain has made back his annual membership and his lifetime membership in just 3 weeks. Took Diane Fig 4 months, and that was with a $100 account. It took Debs 1 month to make back her membership, but that's because she contracted COVID 2 days after she joined. I'm glad you are fully recovered, Debs, and have made back that membership fee since. So you guys can see all these members that are commenting, how long it took them to make back their membership fee. And you can see they're doing it quickly. Why? Because an education helps, and education matters, results matter, and you're seeing firsthand, how our Teach D members are doing with all of their progress. That's why it's important for me to ask members, like, what does it mean coming from me? Right? I can say anything, but how do you know it's legit? That's why I always ask members, let members tell you, let members answer your questions. Type questions in chat. You might have a member responds to you. There's no better referral than or review than that of your peers, and go check us out on Trustpilot. Speaking of reviews, go check us out on Trustpilot. Over 1,300 people have taken the time out of their day to leave us a review. We are 5-star rated on Trustpilot. I welcome, encourage, and invite all of you to go read those reviews. Go read them. Go read all of them. Knock yourself out. Or go read a handful of them. But read them. Read them. All right? So that's what you got, guys. Use coupon code TTG121. You'll get yourself that brand new free laptop, and you'll get yourself a 42% discount. Remember, you actually have to enter the coupon code TTG121 to get the discount, and then you have to click apply code. That's how you'll get the discount. You'll know you're getting a laptop. If you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that means you're getting a laptop. If you do not see a laptop in the checkout cart, that means we have completely sold out. Okay? So again, guys, use that coupon code TTG121 to get your discount, get that money back guarantee, and get yourself a real education. Get your butts in chat. I'll see you guys tomorrow in chat. We'll take a peek on what's going on with the SPY, what's going on with the NVAX trade. And of course, we'll see what else pops up on my radar that I can jump on and we can attack and make some money tomorrow. We're going to look for those A+ setups. We're going to look for those stocks that identify, or we're going to identify those stocks that still have momentum. We're going to use the lessons we talked about today on this live stream. We're going to use them tomorrow in our trading to profit and to capitalize. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Thanks for joining me tonight. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any one of these live streams. I'll see you all in the morning.